Reaching Angel. It's the Reaching Angel Show.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome to the show, and we're excited to have you here. We got some
Yes.
scary stuff to talk about, but then also some cool stuff to talk about.
That's right. What is going on? LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube. It's your boy, Rich Malachi. We're here on a Friday, a rainy Friday at that here in
Rainy.
Jersey, rainy and gloomy. And we're happy to have you here with us, wherever you might be. Let us know, actually, if you're watching, throw in the comments where you are right now on a Friday afternoon. Where are you now? So, yeah, we got some things to talk about. It's been an interesting day here. I'll say some interesting phone calls and conversations that I've been having, and I wanted to bring some of those things to you, and maybe you get some feedback and some back and forths,
Yes.
and we'll dive into some things. So the weekend's here.
I'd like
again.
to say, obviously, this episode is brought to you by Adidas.
Oh yeah, wow! And my new hat,
Yeah, right.
Malachi Cares, on the New Jersey license plate. We're gonna be getting those for everybody.
Absolutely.
But we should probably let everybody know about Eaton Marketing.
Yes. Eaton Marketing.
Want to put that? Can we put that down the bottom?
Yeah, for sure.
Scroll that bad boy. Eaton Marketing, ladies and gentlemen. If you are in the food equipment industry, you know who Eaton Marketing is.
Absolutely.
So they're down in Florida, and very big rep down there with most of the Middleby lines. And you can go check them out. The website's scrolling right across the screen for you during the show. Go check it out. We'll tell you a little bit more about them later on. But let's jump into some hot topics right now.
Yeah. So, I mean, what do you think of this whole coronavirus thing going on?
It's I don't know. I don't want to downplay it, especially, people that are affected.
Right.
But, for me here in New Jersey and then the East Coast, I know there's really not many cases over here yet. I think there may be one or two or.
Yeah. I know
Right.
there's one like in Bergen County, like the next town over from me,
Yeah.
Hackensack. The weird part for me is like there's so much information about it. You don't know what to believe and what not to believe. It's like I think I heard that the collective count for coronavirus across the world is like not even a fraction of the flu.
Yeah.
And more people are dying from the flu every year than have
Yeah.
died from the coronavirus. So
Yeah.
it's weird. I don't want to like underplay it just in case it becomes this huge epidemic, but
Right. Yeah. I mean, it's obviously something that, people got to pay attention to,
right.
especially when these big corporations, we're talking about going to conferences and different things, and people are maybe just nervous to send their team and their employees. I understand all that, I guess. For me as a small business owner, I'm going to continue to travel and do what I do.
Yeah, right.
It's not going to really affect me, hopefully. But I don't know. I think there's too much panic over something that's, I was talking with my friend Josh Zolan.
Josh Zolan.
Mr. Josh, if you're watching, say hello,
Yes.
sir. But no, he, 111 people out of 327 million in the U.S.
Dang.
have been affected. I mean, listen, that's a really low number. That's really not something that we should be, I think, getting really, really crazy over. And just let the government do what they're supposed to do. Let the doctors and everybody else that's doing let them do what they have to do.
Exactly.
And listen, if you don't wash your hands 14 times a day, wash your hands 14 times a day. I wash my hands notoriously all the time.
I notoriously never wash my hands.
Really?
No, I do.
Oh. Ooh.
People are gonna believe that now.
So yeah, and instead of shaking hands, just do a
That's good.
little elbow bump. So yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's not really on my radar to worry about at this point.
Yeah. It's well, that kind of reminds me of just traveling and everything. So I took a lift home yesterday, and I had an interesting ride because I was telling. I think we somehow got into what do I do for a living, and I started talking to him about the food equipment industry, and the guy that was driving me just happens to be the son of somebody who has a business out in the Bronx that they do like the design for kitchens.
Okay.
And they do the full installs on it. They have a little bit of service, but not much. But he was like super intrigued by the idea of marketing within that context. We spent the entire ride, and I live like an hour away. We spent the whole ride talking about like ideas that he could have, for his company and how to get his brand across, because they don't have a brand. They don't really have like a name like that, and that's something that he's always wanted. So it was really interesting. So I told him we'd exchange info and maybe we can work together. We'll see.
Yeah. I don't think many people realize, or are thinking about it in our industry. There's some people are starting to. I think we got some momentum going right now, helping people along, right? But I think it's just the classic case of this is the way it always was. Why do we have to change? Why do we have to? Hey, listen, you don't have to, right?
Yeah, you don't have to.
Yeah, I'm not telling you. I'm not saying you have to. I mean, you're not going to put yourself out of business tomorrow or something like that.
Exactly.
It's just I think you have the opportunity to grow in different ways when you start to do this stuff. Exactly. New opportunities arise, and I think I got a message from someone on LinkedIn. I get a lot of messages these days, and this one comes from LinkedIn, and basically reaching out saying that they see we have a dedicated, engaged audience. What would you recommend content/social media wise for a food service equipment supplier to have a more engaged and relevant audience?
Okay, so break that down for me. A food service equipment supplier. So this
dealer.
Is a dealer. Okay. So, I mean, my thoughts just off the bat.
Yeah.
I think the main thing is video content for a dealer.
Yep.
Is just not only, direct to camera kind of stuff like Rich does with Tip Tuesday, but really going into the depths of like why the brands that you represent are the best brands to have out.
Yes.
And really just giving people what are the questions that your customers are always asking, and answer those questions in the easiest format for them to digest.
Mm-hmm.
Is that video? Is that blogs? What do people want? What time do they have? So for me, that's always been it. When it comes to that side of the industry, you have a product to sell. That's so much, I'd argue, so much easier than service.
Yeah. You actually could see it, touch it, work with it, demo it. I think so for me, if you're a dealer and you want to create a following and you want to create engagement around your brand, we talk about doing different things here that we're going to do, not to give away too much of some top secret stuff that we want to do.
Right.
But if you have a warehouse, if you have a test kitchen, I would say start hooking that stuff up if it's not already hooked up. And I would love to revolve the equipment around food. People all connect with food. We all love food. If you have Logic convection ovens, if you have Vulcan convection ovens, South Bends, Garlands, whatever equipment that you want to do that day, you could do them all, do them individually. And then I would just go down the line and say, listen, we're going to cook a London broil today. Let me show you how great that this thing is. Maybe you have a corporate chef, or maybe someone that's a chef. Right. Have them come in and really showcase what the equipment can do for them.
Yes. And
make it interesting to watch, and then begin to develop a community around the food with the equipment. I mean, that's exactly what I'd be doing if I had an equipment dealer. Yeah,
two big concept ideas I think is, first of all, the food, like you said, what does the equipment actually look like when it's doing what it's supposed to be? And then on the back end of that, show it being made. What's all the thought? What's the process? What's the actual way that these things are put together? Show that whole process, because that's super interesting to me.
Yeah.
That's why, how it's made is a big show and all these things, because people like to see the back end of things and like get their hands dirty without having to get their hands dirty.
Yeah. And I just thought of something else while you were saying that. We talk about how-to videos.
Right.
So one of the big things I think that a dealer wants to get across to their audience, which is which is probably going to be the end user customer.
Right.
That's really I think who your audience, you want to have the most. I mean, obviously you want to have, if you have service companies in your area and you have reps, you want all of those guys and girls to be your audience.
Right.
But if you're directing how to on the towards the customer, demos.
Yes.
So when you purchase a piece of equipment, a lot of times when it's especially like combi ovens and different things of that nature, it comes with a demo. Now, wouldn't it be great if you compiled videos of demos on this pieces of equipment, so the customer always has it at their fingertips if they walk away and forget?
Right.
Like, hey, listen, you know what? XYZ company actually has a whole list of how-to videos on their YouTube channel. We can just go over there, type in, Logic convection oven, how to demo, blah, 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 and it comes up. And now they're always then they're continually connected with you and your brand because you're going to have your logo at the bottom. They're going to know it's you, and you're going to be able to. You're educating. You're always available that way. You could really scale your demos.
Yeah, I mean, if you think of it through the lens of a sales funnel or just sales in general, what's one of the things they teach you in sales 101 is like avoid the objection, right? Or solve the objections before they come up. So what objections can you solve via video? Are people afraid this is going to be too big of a unit for their place? You give them the measurements. They're afraid it's not going to be enough power for whatever kind of business that you're running, whatever kind of restaurant.
Yeah.
You talk about all those things and you kind of handle those objections before you even know the person.
Yeah, you're giving me ideas as we speak.
Yeah.
And so another thing is, when you're doing this stuff, like, hey, you know what? Sometimes people think that this is the best oven to buy, and they go online and they're going to buy it, and then they get it, and they find out, oh my God, this is not the right BTU output. This is not the right voltage. We got the wrong. We got all these different things. Oh, we didn't measure right, and all these different things. What if you put a video together as an equipment dealer, and you have the tape measurer out, you're showing them, and then you're going to say, if you're putting together a menu for this, and this is what you want to do.
Absolutely.
And keep these points up on the screen somewhere. Like, here's the BTU, here's the voltage, here's this, and here's what and then go through what the menu could be. Like, this oven is going to be great for your vegetables, for the potatoes, for London broil, for baking, whatever the menu might be.
Right. Yeah, I think that's the big thing. The big thing is like digestibility, right? It's how digestible is the content. I got it from here if you want to run out.
You know what? I'm going to run out for 1 second.
Yeah, it's all good. So for me, it's about how digestible the actual content is. If you want to have content that people actually care about and you're going to get engagement on that, and that's your main objective, the big focus is like, are you just putting like pretty much a PowerPoint up on your screen and just expecting people to sit through the whole PowerPoint with like floating pictures and floating text, and it's like dissolving into the background or something? That's not really going to pull people's appeal as much as something that is narrated by somebody who's speaking to you, and there's somebody within the industry that knows what they're talking about. For me, that's one of the most effective things, and that's why we decided with Rich that he was going to be a face that people could look at and say, all right, if this guy says it, then it's what I want to happen. When it comes to these kind of companies, dealers, it's so important to have a relatable face in front of the camera, just because you want to be able to give people somebody to identify with and say, hey, I saw this person's video on your LinkedIn, and I want to talk to that person about getting sales from my restaurant. For the most part, restaurant owners aren't kind of sitting around, and you guys can correct me if I'm wrong, but for the most part, they're not scrolling down their feeds looking for information from you. So it's something that you're going to have to pull them towards and say, this is specifically for you, and address it. One of the hacks that Gary Vee talks about all the time is being location specific. So where are you? If you're somebody that your territory is in, let's say, California or Northern California, you start the video by saying, hey, are you a restaurant owner in Northern California? Then just check this out. We're about to do this amazing steak with this specific kind of oven, and it should take people, it'll suck them into that. I was talking about specific locations, right? Like what Gary says, like if your area or your territory is Northern California, you can just kind of start the video like that. What's up, guys? Are you a Northern California restaurant owner? This is for you.
Oh, hell yeah.
Absolutely.
I just ran up the block as fast as I could. I ran in the rain. Crazy.
Live TV, baby.
Oh yeah.
Let's take a little break here.
All right. Yeah, I mean, and you could target it to your market, and talk to people as if they were right in front of you.
Yeah. We've been doing a lot of planning when it comes to this side of the industry, just because like our good friends at Ian Marketing are kind of helping us, or we're helping them as far as that goes. So we're really planning out what it's going to look like for a dealer to be creating content online.
Yeah, well, they are a rep.
Yeah, okay.
They're a rep. But yeah, I mean, it's either way, it's, they're still pushing the same equipment.
Yeah,
But just to continue on, I guess with because I do want to hopefully give some really good insight for her for this. We did cover a lot, I think, some good tips. But the bottom line is all this information you have, you got to do something with it. I think that's the key. Like people say, "Oh, okay, cool," and then they go away and they never do it.
Right. Or they'll maybe do it once.
You got to be consistent.
Yeah.
That's the number one thing. Everything we just told you, you got to do it every week. That's the bottom line. And if you do something for a week or 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and say it's not working, you're damn right.
Yep.
So, yeah. What else we have going on?
You had some stories that you were going to tell us about
Yeah.
what's going on upstairs. How's everything going upstairs? I know we're getting remodeled a little bit.
I am remodeling
Yeah.
the whole place little by little.
That's good.
I'm gonna make it modern. We're gonna be getting some stand-up desks.
I love those stand-up desks.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be good. We're gonna get everybody there. We have cubicles up there now, so we're gonna kind of break it apart, get rid of the cubicles, open a big open floor plan up there. We're gonna have new floors, all the new walls. Everything's gonna look real sharp.
It's gonna be so much room for activities.
So much room for activities. And yeah, so yeah, stand-up desks and just trying to really make this, not that it's a bad environment now, but I really want to make it a really fun, open, exciting, airy kind of environment.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm redoing the conference room that I built up there, and I'm gonna be putting a PS4 in
Nice.
because I want to do some team building stuff
Nice.
with games and stuff.
You gotta get a Mario Kart. So you got
Yeah, definitely.
start schooling people in Mario.
Oh yeah.
What's up?
So I thought that might be kind of fun.
Yeah.
Throughout the days, just break away for 15, 20 minutes and
Right.
do some team building things and
Do some fatalities in Mortal Kombat or something.
finish him. So,
They're
But-
supposed to be making a Mortal Kombat movie with the actual fatalities from the first game.
oh yeah,
Yeah. Like, what's his name? Is going to turn into a dragon?
I can't remember.
Liu Kang? Is that his name? Liu Kang.
I can't remember. I used to play it all the time too.
Oh, me too. I still remember the blood code on Sega Genesis. Anyway,
Yeah.
upstairs.
Yeah, I mean, listen, we're in the service industry here. That is job one, priority one, Maliki Parts and Service, right?
Yeah.
That is the heartbeat of everything that we do. And it's getting harder and harder, honestly, to I don't want to say work with customers, but there are just certain customers I think that are just never going to get it or never understand the value of the partnership.
Right. What do you mean by that?
I'm on the phone. Well, I wasn't directly on the phone. I let my team handle it, but they brought it to me and I kind of gave them the direction.
Right.
So, we did a job, and this, the head chef came back and said, I can get this gas hose kit or gas valve or whatever it is. We can get this, down the block for $180.
And this was after you already did it.
Job was done. And I don't, it's one of those things where listen, we're very happy and proud to take care of our customers,
Yeah.
and my technicians are very proud of wearing the logo and doing their jobs. There's a lot of pride in everything that we're doing, but there's also a lot of value and a lot of expenses that go into what we do. And we've talked about this to some level, but when you break it down and you look at some of the technicians, these are not guys. Oh, you all right?
Good.
All right.
I got the coronavirus.
Uh-oh. And we're gonna end the show early today. When you boil it down, these guys are making a boatload of money.
Right.
And it's not wrongfully so, it's rightfully so, because they come with skills, they come with know-how that they have attained over years of experience. This is what you're paying for.
Absolutely.
So if you want to go down the street and grab a part, then you can put that part in yourself. That's kind of like the mentality that I have. Of course, that's not what the discussions we're going to have. We're going to be respectful and professional, and we're going to explain properly exactly where we arrived to these conclusions and why these things are in place. It's like you can get that down the block for whatever. I can go get a steak for $8, but I come to your restaurant and pay $52.
Right. You don't bring the steak and ask them to cook it.
You know what I mean? Like, why is that even a discussion?
Yeah.
These are the things that mind boggle me. If anyone's listening or watching, and you're running a service company or whatever business you might be running, we're in business to make a profit. I am not going to. If I pay $100 for something, I'm not charging you $100. You're going to get list price.
Right.
There's value in that. You want me to warranty the job for 90 days? Well, I do it for 180. You want me to continually stock the parts you need? There's an investment there. I'm stocking thousands upon thousands of dollars on these vans. You want the trainings to continue to happen so you have the best of the best? There's thousands and thousands of dollars. You want me to have top-notch insurances to be able to walk through your door? Hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Right.
It doesn't end. So there's a reason that we have to charge what we charge. We're not doing this. There's no price gouging here. It's list price. So if I'm talking to someone now that understands this or has a different perspective, please chime in, jump in. But it doesn't look like we have many. Don't have much going on here today.
No.
But nevertheless, as we evolve as a company and as the industry continues to evolve, with the Amazon style world we live in,
Right.
They shook up the whole world with pricing.
They really did.
Really
did.
So the playing field in retail and all that other stuff has changed dramatically. And here in the service business, I'm just gonna, I'm gonna put this into the atmosphere, into the waves. Over the next several years, 5 years, 6 years, 7 years, 8 years, the discounted value that you're putting on companies like ours is going to come back to bite the people that don't stay loyal,
right,
and don't understand the value of it, because we are going to get expensive,
right. I mean,
good luck trying to find
think
someone
about it
that could fix stuff.
Oh yeah, I mean, if you just think about it from a technology perspective, technology is only getting more advanced.
Yes.
And so of course it's going to take more money to employ smarter people in order to fix it, because they're becoming more and more complicated problems. So you're going to need more certifications and trainings and stuff like that to keep up with this stuff. It's not a little toaster oven that you're fixing.
Right.
So I think it's only a logical conclusion when you take it from like a macro perspective that of course service is going to become more expensive in the years to come.
It's going to, and a big part of that is the stuff we talk about with the skilled trades gap, and on top of that, it's put that into play into what's happening here.
Right.
I guess I just don't understand the mentality, because we talked about when you go to the doctor, you want the best doctor,
right?
Price is no problem, just give me the best. When you go, I don't know, cars, right? You take your expensive car in and you want to get it fixed, you want to get it done right. You're top dollar. I want the best. Give me the best.
Right. I want it to last.
Yeah. Everything that you look for is always the best. But how come when you get to this trades part of it, you have plumbers out there and electricians out there and HVAC technicians out there. And I read a lot of these posts, and it's happening all over the country of people just discounting all this stuff. I was reading someone's back of someone's car, the CDS repair, right?
Yeah. See, yeah.
Yeah, it said something along the lines of, you're not paying me. Yeah, see what it said. Bring it. Yeah, Angel, bring that up. But it's just along the lines. You have to understand that there's a lot of investment here for some of these technicians. They've been doing this for 20 years, 25 years, 10 years, 15 years. These guys are gems.
Yeah, if I do a job in 30 minutes, it's because I spent 10 years learning how to do that job in 30 minutes. You owe me for the 10 years, not the minutes.
Yeah. I mean, I love that, because that's what it is.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it is. You want some guy that just comes in with a hammer and a handyman. I've seen the horror stories. I've gotten the phone calls. We had our guy do this. It's all screwed up. Rich, you got to go in. You got to come in and fix it.
Right.
And something that could have been an $800 install is now a $4,000 repair and fix up that we have to do. It's happened. I've seen whole lines get blown out, compressors, condensing units, all stuff that was rewired wrong and installed wrong by the guy.
Right.
No, my guy's got it. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, Joel Block says boom. I think that was about the card stuff.
Probably. Yes, sir, Joel.
Yeah, it's kind of the classic delayed gratification kind of thing. Like, you have to put in more up front if you want to get something out of it long term. And I think it's just the mindset thing that a lot of people, and I'll argue to say, I don't know if it's true or not, but people that are restaurant owners, maybe one-offs, mom and pops, don't necessarily have that mentality of like, I need this to work for 10 years. They're more thinking along the lines of, I need this to work in the next 10 minutes, which is unfortunate, but
It's true.
it's kind of where their head is at right now.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think when you're investing in something, I mean, some of these ovens are 20,000, some are 30, some are 40.
And then of course there's the government aspect of it, right? If you're working with specific kind of accounts and they're government funded, they're
Yeah.
of course they're going to be pinching every little cent because there's not a lot in the budget for that kind of stuff too.
Yeah. Yeah. And I know there's other sides to everything. All right. There's, everyone has their own, when you're running a business or the government, whatever, everyone's watching the dollars. Right.
Right.
And that's okay. But I think the moral of the story is when you want quality and you want factory authorized and you want certified and you want fully insured and you want the biggest, best warranties and you want all that, it's going to come with a price.
Yeah.
It's going to come with a price every single time. And I think our customers that we're closest to, some of our bigger ones, national chain accounts and supermarkets and everything, they see the value.
Right.
And I'm going to tell you right now, they call every day. We're in all their stores every week. And when they call, when they say jump, we say how high, because they need us. And you know what? We're going to be there because they're there for us. Right. This is a partnership. So, and it's like, hey, listen, I called you on Tuesday. Yeah. What do you mean you can't come till Friday? Well, I got to take care of my regular customers.
Right.
You just called me out of the blue, sir. And I understand that you have a problem down. We're going to get to you, but I can't bump you up to the front after all my other regulars have been waiting.
Right.
That's just the nature of our business.
Right.
It's much different than running a restaurant.
It's very strange because like in a restaurant, you're delivering to new customers a new product every time they visit, right? It's a new food, it's all that. But on your side, it's like you're fixing things that are already there. So no matter what call it is, it's already an emergency.
Yeah.
It's already something that has to be taken care of. And that's the perspective that I think gets lost on people who are, let's say, running restaurants or are hiring us. It's like every call is going to be just as urgent, really. There's very like you talk about it all the time, the coolers going down. It's not like that. There's the rare things that are, devastating that if you don't get to them are going to lose thousands of dollars in product. But that's not the status quo, right? Right.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, and emergencies and different things come into play, like the walk-in boxes and all that. But again, it's just a devaluation of someone, and I take that personally, quite honestly, that you're devaluing my time, my technician's time, what we've done, and you're devaluing what we bring to the table.
Right.
You know what? You want to pay $100? You can go down the street and get something for $100, and I charge you $180 or whatever it might be, whatever the list price is.
Right.
Then I implore you to go get that and put it in yourself.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, it's funny because I think most of the time
it's simple.
It's done out of like, let's just see what I can get out of these guys. It's like, what if I tell him? It's like the idea of a coupon. Oh, I saw this at a different store. He says that if you see it for a lower price, you'll match it, kind of thing. Yeah. It's like it's not retail.
No,
this isn't retail.
No, like we're not here to price haggle. We're not. This is not a flea market. Like this is legit gold collar type right? type right? I mean, that's what it is. And, as we continue to talk about it on our lives, as we continue to run through the industry, we were at re:Vent, yesterday, which was
much fun.
Thank you. I'm going to give you a live shout out. Thank you to Tom and Brian. I don't think you tagged them in that post, did you?
No, I couldn't. I didn't find their name. So I didn't.
Son of.
Yeah, but I did.
I'm going to go back. I'll go back and tag you guys.
I did tag re:Vent though.
So yeah, I'm going to go back and tag, but thanks to Brian and Tom for the hospitality.
Yes.
Great facility and some great training things coming up soon.
And good lunch as well.
It was a nice lunch. Yeah. Shout out to Stage House.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think there's some great things coming down the line for re:Vent. We have here at Maliki Parts and Service in New Jersey. If you have any re:Vent equipment that you need looked at, serviced, maintenance, or you just have questions, quite honestly, if we don't have the answer, we get the answer. We put you in touch with people. So, yeah, I mean, I think any questions on re:Vent stuff, reach out and I'll put you in touch with the right people. But we're here in New Jersey to get that service, to strengthen that service network, and to just be here. We're gonna have the parts, we're gonna have the training, we're gonna have the technicians, we're gonna have it all. So, what do you got?
Well, I was just gonna take this time to mention our partners one more time, and we'll go check them out, and we'll run through it with you guys so that you can see who we're talking about. So, Eaton Marketing, and they're family owned. They're family owned. They're supplying commercial restaurant, bar, and kitchen equipment is in our blood. Eaton Marketing is a family owned and run business that has been servicing the Florida food service industry for over 25 years. We strive to be industry leaders by establishing valued relationships with both our customers and our manufacturers. So make sure you check them out. I mean, the video up here, super cool video with Kevin Eaton himself right there, toasting us with a little beer, which looks delicious actually.
It is Friday.
It is Friday. That's right. IPA time.
You want to go get some beers?
Some Coronas.
Yeah. We better not. We'll get Heineken.
Okay.
We don't want to jinx ourselves. Flying to Denver Sunday night.
Yeah, seriously. I mean, at least we're not flying out of the country, you know. How long is a Denver flight anyway? From Newark.
I think it's like 5.
5 hours?
Yeah.
Oh.
It's unfortunate, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, you might as well go to Cali.
I'm just not into it, man.
Not into it?
No.
All right, we're skipping Denver this year.
No. I'm not into the flight.
Yeah,
it is what it is.
I know. I was talking. Who are we talking about? Oh, we're talking with the guys at Revent about traveling nowadays and how they've been traveling for their entire lives. I'm like, man, you guys are strong, because I don't know if I could, travel for work all the time and just be okay with that. Airports are serious.
I mean, I do love it. I do love it. I really do love
I
the
like the
traveling. I love
vibe,
the airport. I love the airport. I love all that stuff. I do. I do.
Yeah.
And just to answer Mike, your gift. So I opened it up yesterday actually, because I've been on the road running around all week. That's why I haven't been able to get on the live yet till now. I did open it up. I was going to reach out to you. At first I didn't know what it was, and then I finally looked through the receipt thing. I saw your name on it. I'm like, oh, he must have sent me this. I meant to reach out to you, but thank you so much. I was going to ask you about that hat. I'll reach out to you off air.
Awesome. Very cool.
But thank you so much. So yeah, what else we got going on here? I mean, just talking back to food service, equipment repair world. The other thing that we were talking about upstairs, a phone call for what's going to be coming up as a new bid for it's a school and university or whatever it was, college. Mm-hmm. They want us to they're not looking to pay any kind of markups more than 15% on parts. I told him, well, we get it's OEM list price. He says, well, no, we don't pay that. He said, so we're gonna give you a proposal where you're gonna have to look at it. You look at it as its cost. I have to put my cost of the part down, and then I have to show what cost plus. So I got to show what the percentage of the markup is going to be.
That's new, right? You've never had to do that?
No.
Yeah, that sounds really like.
And I'll tell you this: I won't be participating.
Right.
Okay, that's number one, because we had a discussion. He says, if there's $1,000 part, if you pay $1,000, say your cost is $1,000, you're going to mark that up 30%. That's now you're going to charge me $1,300. He said that's excessive. Excessive,
right? It's an odd word for
he's looking for 10 to 15% markups. Okay, I'm going to tell you right now, there is not one service company on the planet in any industry that is surviving on 10 or 15% markups on parts. It's just not.
Right.
Show me one. If I'm wrong, somebody tell me. So it's beyond me. I think there might be like this perception out there that we're all dying for work.
Right.
Okay. The fact of the matter is that service companies here in New Jersey, New York, Connecticut, Maine, Florida, Chicago, Texas, California. I can name all the states, by the way.
Yeah.
They're all very, very busy, probably with backlogs of calls that they can't get to.
Right.
And I know that's a fact.
Right.
That's a fact.
And it's funny for a company to come in and almost demand something.
I'm telling you right now, no one's gonna do business with you.
Right.
That's just not the way it works. 30% markup is a standard markup if we're going to talk about markups.
Right.
That's where you have to live in that area if it's to make any kind of profit. Because again, we're in business. You know, it's like, you know, I know you. So when you look at it from the restaurant perspective, you know, again, talking about it, you know, I don't walk into a hamburger joint with the meat in the bun and say, hey, can you cook this for me for 70% less
Right.
of what you would normally like? What do you what?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know I can go up the block to Stop and Shop right now
Mhm.
and get a pound of chopped meat for $6.98.
Right. Yeah, I think the big
But I'm gonna go pay for a burger for $15. All this stuff, like,
yeah. I mean, I think
yeah, of course I'm gonna.
the missed thing is like the time that it takes you guys to not only build a relationship with the parts people, but also to order them, wait for them to get shipped, and bring them to you. You know, it's like, of course, it's going to be a markup. Of course, it's going to be a significant markup because
There's so much.
that's what you guys do all day.
There's so much cost involved. You know, you have shipping costs, you have gas, you have tolls, you have
Right.
insurances from all kinds of angles. You know, you have the investment in the training, you have the inventory you're holding. There's just a long list, and not even talking about the labor.
Right.
You know, just because, you know, a top technician in today's day and age, you know, their actual pay rate is not actually what what they're actually being. You got to look way past that rate.
Right.
You know, labor is in place to there could be some profit in the labor, but labor is in place to cover the technicians.
Mm-hmm.
So we're at the end of the day, we're in the parts business.
Interesting.
Oh, so we got when it's time, when the part fails, we want to be there. We want to be able to change it. Hey, Alexander, good to hear from you, sir. Good to hear from you too.
We were taking a look at your YouTube page, Alexander. It looks like you're killing it over there.
You're killing it, man.
Doing some creative stuff, man. We love it.
Yeah.
And uppercase G says 20% is standard, right? 20% markup.
Yeah, I mean 20. I say 30.
Yeah,
30%. You know, that's really where the standard needs to be if you're going to be doing a markup. Like, you know, so you get a compressor for so and so. You know, you gotta mark these things up. It's not price gouging. You know, and actually one of my technicians was having a conversation about this with the chef, and they were talking about how they buy like fish and different things like that, and every now and then you get certain fish that's just bad and you can't use it. So they actually build into the price as a restaurant for the bad fishes that they purchased, for the bad fish they purchased, because they have to account for it.
Right.
Imagine that. They have to account for their fish. I have to account for my thermostats and my motors. We have to do the accounts for that too. So if you're accounting, oh yes, I'm going to be getting that out. I've been traveling. I haven't been able to do much here in the office. That's why you haven't seen us live.
Yes.
But yes, Eugenia, I will be getting that out for you. I have your address. You're good to go. Let's see if I can actually run upstairs today and get that out for you.
Yeah.
But
they account for their fish.
They account for the fish. They account for the bad ones that are going to be in the batch. So if they get a fish for whatever they pay, you know, take $8 per fish. I don't know, whatever.
Right.
You know, they're gonna charge 16. Well, no, we got to account for the bad ones, so we'll make it 23, just in case.
Right.
Right. So they're charging $23 for that dish.
That's the perfect parallel, I think. That's such a good analogy because it's relatable to the people that are actually hiring you. You know, that's great.
You know, it's just I think there's a lot of common sense here, and I think people need to, again, we have to build these bridges. We have to build the empathy for both sides. We're not trying to do anything backhanded, underhanded. We're trying to be here as a real partner. We have to stay in business so you can stay in business, and vice versa.
Right.
You know, we're in this thing together, and as long as we can be there for you, keep your uptime rocking and rolling, and we're there when you need us. You know, there's a lot of power in that.
Absolutely.
So,
absolutely.
Anyway, what else? Well,
I was a little bit indisposed. I had some stuff going on with my health, which everybody knows I have epilepsy. So I was just taking care of some of that. But while I was out, you guys went to check out the place in Jersey City.
Yes. So the Women's Fed Powerman event is going to be at the Hyatt, downtown Jersey City.
Yeah. Steps
away from the PATH station to take you into New York City, Manhattan, the big city. And it's got gorgeous views of the city.
Yes. And if you don't know Jersey City itself has tons of awesome stuff now.
Up and coming downtown Jersey City area. It's a great area. Tons of restaurants and nightlife and just a lot of stuff to do. Yeah, sure. And so the Women's Fed Powerman event, we're actually going to be looking for 3 keynote women speakers from the trades. If you or someone you know is interested, please reach out.
Absolutely.
We're looking for some real powerhouse keynotes that are going to be really able to deliver some inspiring stories and talk a little bit about their journeys to the trades as a woman,
Yeah.
which is important. So we do have some different people that are going to be involved already. We're talking with Parts Down. We're talking with I'm going to be talking with General Parts
Yes.
at RFMA. So shout out to JR and Gary and Steven over at General Parts doing their thing.
Absolutely.
They got a booth out there too at RFMA. So make sure you go check out General Parts. They got a booth there. The General Parts team will be there. So we'll be talking with them. I've already spoken with Shannon Sykes and Tina Reese. So thank you to those women for getting back to me. And I think they're going to be participants, hopefully.
Awesome.
And we also spoke with Katie Green from
Yes.
RSI, hopefully going to host/co-host this event.
Absolutely.
And maybe we'll see. We'll see what if Mopsy or NAF or any of these channel partners are going to get involved. We're gonna see what we could do.
Let's see.
And if we could put a nice event together, August 6th, save the date, August 6th. It's a Thursday. And immediately following the event, we'll have a 1 hour cocktail reception with New York City views.
Yes.
And then Friday, we're going to be putting together an RSVP brunch cruise around the city, around the New York Harbor. So brunch, some mimosas, and more. Just it's really that's really just about bringing you all together, connecting, networking, and just building strong, powerful relationships. So women, the women of the industry can build each other up. And
absolutely,
I think it's going to be a special thing. I'm hoping this is going to be even bigger than the Fed conference.
Absolutely.
So definitely need some help from the ladies of the industry. And it doesn't just have to be the industry. It could be the trades in general.
Yeah. Reach out to us.
Yeah. So that's really it.
Yeah. That's all I got.
Friday afternoon, I think we're all ready to for the weekend. We got the New York Restaurant Show on Sunday. So tomorrow morning, I'll be at the Javits Center in New York setting up the booth real quick. And then we'll be there Sunday morning.
Yep.
So stay tuned to Maliki TV for a vlog. So the New York Restaurant Show.
We put out a vlog today with our tour of the Revent Rare House. So check that out.
And another thing to keep a watch on, we're going to be doing a very big Monster Champion dishwasher installation. We'll be bringing that to you too.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's going
to be super important for people to see. So with that said.
Oh, no, just kidding.
The Wolf of Wall Street?
Yeah.
So with that said, I guess we'll go off into the sunset. Do you have any final closing words?
I was trying to think of something from the Wolf of Wall Street, but I can't. Oh, sell me this pen.
Yeah.
That's it. That's all I got. Those are my final words.
Yeah, I'll sell it to you. Hey, you want to write me down your name and number?
I don't have a pen.
Hey, there you go. And with that said, we are going to go off into the sunset or the rain. And
to the mist.
We won't be back on Monday. We won't be back on Tuesday. I don't know. Wednesday is going to be hectic here. I think we'll try for Wednesday afternoon for a live.
I think so. But so you can always keep up to date with us on Instagram. It's probably the most immediate way to just stay
to Instagram.com/Rich Maliki and follow my stories, follow the journey to RFMA.
Yes.
And with that said, ladies and gentlemen, have a beautiful weekend.
Rich and Angel. It's the Rich and Angel Show.